Hello one and all, I'm PALOFGAMES and we are back on Yu-Gi-Oh! On Yugioh Pro, and today we have got a Hunter matchup for me. I'm running Hunters, and I suppose I'm versing a dragon build based around Blue Eyes, I assume. So yeah, let's jump right into this and see how it goes. So already I've drawn into quite a nice hand. Now, he's able to stall me out a bit because of Blue-Eyed Maiden, which is quite a hard card to get around. Now, I've got a lot of... Now, I draw into Dark Hole, so this is great, because I've more or less set myself up quite well. So I can take out his Blue-Eyed Maiden straight away and stop that threat. I then summon the Tour Guide to search out another tour guide. Now, the reason I run these in Hunters is because I sort of run a bit of them. I run BLS, and my darks of the deck are tour guides, gores, and I also run a Battleship of Corn as an XC monster. And because this deck runs a lot of 4 stars, I can quickly get into a battleship if I don't draw into tour guides and I have a BLS in hand. I decide I'll go for a Zen main to try and stall out for a bit. My face downs being basically a bluff card and a Starlight Road. Now my Zen mains is almost guaranteed to be safe for the turn. So he goes for a few sets and summons Mirage Dragon. And to be honest, I do find it hard to play around. So I decide I can stall with their mains and discard Thunder Seahorse to go really plus. Get 2 more Seahorses so that I can discard next turn and the following turns. And because I know he's running the Blue Eyes stuff, I decide to summon the Thunder King to stop potential special summons. Now this attack goes straight through. I'm able to hit for another 15 until he uses Call to bring back his One-Eyed Maiden. Now I decided to leave it there rather than attack into it. I mean, I could have tributed Thunder King Venom there, but I thought based on advantage, I've got it without tributing the Thunder King. And knowing the deck runs White Stones, which he happens to draw into, I decided it's better to keep him there. So at this point I've got more or less the set in terms of my hand. So anything I draw now is plus. So I decide to go for Par Hunter, which allows me to summon one of my Seahorses. From this I can now special into Roach, which will stop his specials. Now annoyingly, I found this quite a while later on. Roach, for some reason, it's a glitch within the Yugioh Pro system, but it doesn't allow you to use his effect for some reason, which annoys me, because it cost me on a few games later in the series and stuff, which you'll see. It also meant that for some reason I couldn't use Thunder King's effect either, so I wasn't too happy. I don't know if it comes down to a priority thing or what, but yeah. So I can bounce his Blue Eyes back if need be. Now he draws into a really interesting card, which is Photon Rising Stream, which is a real bonus in the deck. Now, he goes for this weird card called, which basically just piercing. Gives his blue eyes piercing. So, yeah, I straight away let him equip it, and then return it to his hand. So it's basically lost out there, because he's lost his monster, and he's already, he's gone for his blue-eyed maiden. So now I can sort of predict his plays, because I know what's in his hand. And his only monster at the minute's going to try and get that card out. Now this build didn't have a corn in it, it had roach instead, but because it's, for some reason its effects doesn't work, in later builds I take it out for corn. Like I say, for some reason I can't use either of their effects due to a glitch in the system. Luckily I don't mind too much, because I decided to go for a Zen mains play. Sure, I take a bit of damage, but it's worth it, because it will mean he'll lose his monster. And he's going extremely down now, because the only card in his hand is a blue eye, so he's more or less hoping on drawing into something good. As it goes, he draws into another one of them Photon Rising Streams, which allows him for one play in his deck, which is to go for the Yugioh Haunted and hopefully be able to stall out, or even try and take me out with blue eyes. Now I draw into heavy, which is marvellous. Now Starlight's a threat, but I'm okay with that threat, because even if he does summon it, I should have been able to Thunder King, but for some reason, you know, that's how it goes. But it means I'm allowed to realise that, you know, that's one less card he's got. It does cost me the fact that he summoned a Stardust, but I can easily XZ into Starlight Paladin, which is my favourite card of the deck, because it means that when summoned, you know, I can detach to basically nullify one monster on his field, make its attack 0 and its effects negated. Regard, that's forever, that's just not like for the turn. And if it's destroyed, I draw a card, so it's extremely plus. So I go attack with Roach, and he brings back Mirage Dragon. So I assume he was thinking that I'd play a trap on it. And because of it, it means he can now go for his Rising Stream. So he's gone quite plus there. And the fact that I can't use traps. And that's the main reason I think he used it, rather than risking the blue eyes. Knowing also that he has a face down one over it, it makes him look like he's in a lot stronger position. Now he draws into an Alexandrite Dragon. This means he'll be able to try and get back into the game quite a bit. So this time he can make sort of a power play here, but he doesn't, which I was surprised by. I mean, you could have either gone point for point, or even used his Photon Stream, and would have been in a lot better position than let me go for whatever I want. Because at this point I decided, right, well, I'm going to try and take out his Mirage Dragon, leaving his only option with point for point. So his plan here was that he sort of turns straight round his plans. He's planning on summoning his blue eyes, I'd imagine, even though he could have got it out to begin with. I've got a Zen main, so I'm not worried even if he does bring it out, because I can just attack into it, lose a bit of life, but his monster's destroyed. So he draws into Dragon's Rebirth, which is a great card for him. It means he can, if he wanted, he could bring out his blue eyes or a Stardust. He's definitely managed to draw lucky there, but I've got BLS, so it's basically game here. And that's, you know, why it's worth running BLS with Hunders, because it's just that unexpected card, what they can run. On top of being extremely plus, to have BLS in there as well, just makes it even worse. So he decides he's going to have to banish his Mirage to bring out Blue Eyes White Dragon for damage control more than anything else. So I decide, with it being his sort of final stand card, that it's worth going point for point with. Because I've got Zen main, so I can always hit into it if I want to. I've got a Mirror Force and Starlight Road, so more or less he's screwed here. There's not much he can draw into which will save him. He draws into a Monk, which is basically useless as he has no spells. It's more or less the best thing he can do is defend and hope that I can't draw into a monster that can attack over. Now I draw into another Starlight Road, which means I'm basically playing defensive more than anything. I go in for the attack, as would be worth doing, but obviously he manages to just have a little more and to keep him in the game for a bit. Now at this point he's hoping he can draw into a spell so he can go for some sort of power play with an XZ. And he does happen to draw into a spell, Photon Sanctuary, but it does make him think whether it's worth keeping Sanctuary or not, and he doesn't. He goes for an Alexandrite Dragon, in the hope that he can take down my Zen mains, or at least just call him off for a bit, and next time he can sort of make a bigger play if he wants to. Now I decide, you know, I might as well just push into Alexandrite Dragon, I believe. No, I don't, sorry. I'm even predicting myself here. So I it might have been risky me doing that, but it was worth doing in my opinion. Zen mains is without a doubt the card what's kept me in the game here, because he can't go for Blue Eyes knowing that it would be automatically destroyed. So he goes for the Alexandrite play, and I go into Mirror Force, which I obviously wasn't expecting. He was hoping that he'd push into it and I would blight his Alexandrite Dragon. With another Mirror and a D Prison in hand, I'm pretty much set. All I'm waiting for is a monster. Now I draw into a Thunder King here, which just gives me an immense amount of advantage back to the game. Because it means his ad cards won't be worth, well he can't use them, and it's obviously just the power card on the field now. Now he manages to bring out his Blue Eyes with Komodo Dragon. I'm not too worried, like I said, I've got Mirror Force, I've got D Prison in hand. So I go for the full set. So I mean, I've got two Starlights. There's nothing he can do, even if he was to draw a heavy, or I mean, the best thing he could draw would be a Night Beam or an MST, and that one. And as it goes, he does draw into heavy. So he thinks, oh, I'm set here. I'm going to be able to make some plays, and straight away, Starlight, bye. That's what basically happens. That's game there. I mean, he's. The only thing he's got left to do is attack. So obviously I've got Stardust on top. It's worth and he obviously knows he can attack there because it's too risky. But he's obviously forgetting that I can attack. The thing is, I've got him in a corner here because I can attack with Zen mains. It's worth going into Zen mains, because it's such an opportune card that just leaves the opponent not being able to make the moves he'd like to. You end up calling a lot of shots with Zen mains. And it's the card what makes Hunders go even more plus, because the opponent has to do so much to get rid of their mains that it makes your gap in terms of card for card even more. And it's a great stall card for just going for your Thunder Seahorses and dropping out even more stuff. So he manages to draw Lucky into a Decoy Dragon. Now once again, I'm pretty annoyed that Thunder Kings and Steel Swarm Roach, they've sort of been glitched in the system that their effects don't work. I mean, it's a minor bug there. I mean, it's not great, but you know. So if I had attacked, now at this point I should have been able to use the effect of Thunder King, but it don't allow me to. So at this point I pretty much have to, it forces me to redirect the attack at him. So I'm close to losing here. But that's okay, because if he chooses to attack, he will lose. Now what he should do here is put his Decoy Dragon to defense. That's the main thing, because it doesn't have to be an attack to use its effect. But he doesn't go for anything here, he just more or less just leaves it. I would have put it into defense just in case I had drawn a Veiler or anything like that. I could have made it bad for him. Now there's obviously once again nothing I can do, so I'm waiting out for him to do stuff. Now he draws into a Galaxy Eyes. This point he's probably feeling like he can go in for a bigger push if what need be, because he's got his Galaxy Eyes and he's like, yes, I've got the move, but unfortunately he doesn't. So he goes in for the attack on Stardust. I use Mirror Force. He then changed Galaxy Eyes' effect, thinking, yeah, I've seen that move coming, there's nothing he can do about it. And then I chain a D-Prison, because he can't chain his effect after I've chained it, after he's already used his effect even. So not only that, but then because he's not on the field, his effect can't work, and Mirror Force takes out Decoy Dragon. So it just basically leaves him wide open. All I have to do is attack with both and it's game. Or if you want to do something more fun, I could have summoned Gauze and go for exact game. But yeah, basically this deck runs a lot of stall cards like double Bottomless, double Mirror Force, double TT. Some people might say it slows down the deck, but in my opinion it works great as just stopping a lot of stuff, leaving you to be able to stall for Seahorses, or just until you draw into enough Hunders to pull off your big push. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you've liked this vid, leave a like. If you want to follow this series or any other, I suppose subbing is a great idea. And yeah, leave a comment down below what your opinions on Hunders are, and what other decks you want to see me play. So yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.